Good morning, Edgewater, Florida, and Volusia County. My name is Carrie Lewis. You're listening to the Edge Podcast. Today, we bring you a story that we've been covering for at least the past 24 hours. On Christmas Day, a tragic event took place in Edgewater, Florida. A family that was sitting at their dinner table, eating dinner, and then their son's room goes up in flames. Today, we want to let you know how you can help and how you can support the family and the needs that are being met and the needs that are no longer needed. The family has asked to halt all donations at this time due to overwhelming donations that they have received. But today we're going to go through what happened, the story, and ways you can support them. Coming up after the break, we will take you right to the screen that you can find on our website, and it's the MASA tab. This tab will take you directly through all the needs of the family, phone numbers, sizes for clothing, and what's happening. And this tab will be updated constantly. Right after the break, we'll start that movement. Good morning, Edgewater, Florida. Welcome back to another episode of the Edge Podcast. Today, we're going to be featuring a family that nearly lost their life, but unfortunately did lose two beautiful animals. And we want to take you through the steps of how you can help them, how you can support them. I am amazed at the outpouring support in which that has came to this family. It is just spectacular. On December 25th, 2025, Edgewater, Florida, community support continues to grow for the Edgewater family who lost their home in a sudden and destructive house fire early this week. According to updates shared by Charlotte Hope at 10:26 on December 26th, the family is receiving real-time assistance as neighbors, co-workers, and local leaders mobilize to help them rebuild. With multiple GoFundMe links circulating, the family clarified where direct support should be sent. They represented that their Zelle information can be shared as it deposits funds straight to their banking account. And if you need to send money to their Zelle account, Jessica Maza 386-315-4187. As far as clothing needs, many residents have reached out overnight asking what clothing size were needed. The family's permissions, the following sizes were released. The dad wears 3XL shirts, 38 by 32 pants, and size 12 shoes. Mom, medium shirt, 8 to 10 pants, size 6 and shoes. The son is a medium shirt, 32 pants, size 10.5 shoes. Daughter is an extra large shirt, size 16 in pants, and size 10 in shoes. The family has secured a rental home for the next week. Heather Sullivan and Mitchell Lindsay arranged the rental and are delivering groceries yesterday morning. And here's the thing about this fire. We are waiting on a press release from the fire department regarding this fire because the fire erupted while the family was eating dinner. And we're talking about within minutes, this home went up in flames. We're talking about flames overtook the son's bedroom, spread rapidly through the home. Two beloved pets were lost in the blaze, but the family managed to escape only with the clothes they were wearing. Now, I know family members who have witnessed these kind of events, and they're horrific. At this time, the Edgewater Gazette is awaiting official department report. Now, the family is known for their service to the community. The family is deeply rooted in Volusia County. The mother is an employee of Advent Health. The father is an employee of the city of Edgewater. The son is general public house employee. And the daughter, St. Paul's employee. Neighbors describe them as hardworking, humble, and always willing to help others. But here's the sad part, as every fire does. They lost everything. The home and all belongings were declared a total loss. Clothing, furniture, keepsake, and essentials items destroyed. A childhood friend shared a heartfelt reflection expressing gratitude that the family survived and emphasizing the importance of community compassion during moments like this. The family is requesting totes for sorting. If you have totes that you can provide, you can take them totes to 925 Lake Avenue in Edgewater. Again, that's 925 Lake Avenue in Edgewater. Any kind of totes that can help them sort through the rubble to see if they can salvage anything of their home would be great. The community response has continued to grow. Friends, co-workers, churches, and local organizations are actively coordinating donations, temporary housing, and essential supplies to the family. The outpouring of support reflects the family's long-standing impact on the community. And again, you can go to Zelly for direct support. Jessica Mazza, 386-315-4187. Again, that's 386-315-4187. Now, Matt Mazza, who is the son of one of the sons of the victim of Mazza family fire, they are the immediate needs. Please hold off on any more physical donations momentarily, but you can go to 925 Lake Avenue, the temporary housing they're at, for $5 drinks and $2 cookies hosted by the Drinks Spot Saturday at 9 a.m. 100% of the proceeds will go to the family. If you want to find other ways to support them, you can always like I said, you can provide totes, clothing, shoes, and real-time needs for this family. This happened on Christmas Day, as any family should not wake up and, experience this kind of tragedy on Christmas Day. Our heart and prayers go out to this family, and especially since they lost two beloved pets. It is never easy. Right after the break, we'll continue our coverage of the Mazza family. Please stay tuned. We'll have local weather, live updates, and more coming right at you. Good morning, Edgewater. Welcome back to Edge Podcast, where we bring you all the local events and we try to stay on top of things at all times. Today, we're broadcasting a special broadcast discussing a family who has lost everything and ways you can offer support. But for now, we're going to bring you some top headlines from Edgewater Gazette. Just a reminder that the mayor of Edgewater will be joining Edge Podcast on January 17th. If you would like to ask the mayor questions, please make sure you get your submission in ahead of time. It's going to be a great night, something you don't want to miss. Also, homeless Ned's declassified actor Tyler Chase gets a lifeline from former Coastal Daniel Curtis Lee. Now, help arriving from every direction from the Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide to actor Tyler Chase, and now one of his own castmates has stepped to personally securing. He was hospitalized for treatment as he enters into rehab. Hundreds of oak trees marked for removal in a proposed Tamaka Commerce Park project. This project has sparked debate among environmental activists. A development proposed under review by the City of Ormond Beach Engineering Department has sparked growing concerns among residents after documents revealed that 457 oak trees are slated to be removed to make way for a planned Commerce Park on North US 1. The figure 457 oak trees has drawn immediate attention from environmental activists, longtime resident and community planners who say scale of the loss demands deeper public scrutiny. According to the city engineer's records, the trees stand on a tract targeted for commercial and industrial development near the Tamaka River Bash, an area known for its sensitive wildlife corridors and long established cover. While the project remains in the proposal stage, the volume of the tree removal has already become a flashpoint in conversations about growth, conservation, and the future character of Ormond Beach. Supporters of the projects argue that the property rights and economic expansions are essential to the region's long-term prosperity. The US 1 corridor has been a target for commercial growth for more than a decade, and developers say the Commerce Park could bring jobs, tax revenue, and new business opportunities. But residents and environmental groups counter the community also has a right to understand the environmental trade-offs, especially when the proposal involves removing hundreds of mature oaks. I love the smell of oak. Many of which contribute to storm wildlife habitat and the scenic character of our core. Now, local residents have begun raising questions. And some of the questions they have raised is stormwater impact, heat island effects, and wildlife displacement, long-term planning. City officials have not yet issued a final determination on the tree removal request. The proposal will undergo an additional review before any permits are approved. The residents are only calling for transparency and better planning. Also in our news, the mayor of Deltona has silenced its residents by turning off the comments on the official mayor page. And this has drawn scrutiny over the recent scandals this man has been involved in. Now, I have been attacked nonstop regarding this mayor because they have their little cronies they like to send out and attack people. But the political climate in Deltona has reached a boiling point. Mayor, I don't even like saying his name, just moved to shut down public comment channels. Now, what happened to freedom of speech? A decision that has sparked outrage among residents already unsettled by a string of recent scandals have shaken confidence in the community. The scandals at the center of the storm, the controversy began with when reports surfaced that the mayor used city funds to travel to Washington, D.C. The presidential inauguration, the trip included his wife, of Deltona's travel policy, which explicitly prohibits reimbursement for spouses and requires commission approval for official travel. Commissioners alleged that he bypassed the rules, prompting a real judicial hearing and the suspension of his access to city funded travel and vehicles. Now, this has fueled accusation of policy violation, misuse of taxpayer money, and lack of transparency. The mayor's actions have not only triggered a vote of no confidence, but also raised a broader question about accountability in Deltona's government. Now, silencing the public is something we shouldn't do as government officials. In response to mounting criticism, the mayor's office restricted public comment channels, citing escalating hospitality and misinformation. Instead of calming tensions, the move has intensified community frustration. Residents argue that silencing public input during a moment of crisis undermines democratic principles and erodes trust in local leadership. Social media platforms and community forums have since become the primary outlet for residents to voice their concerns. Many accuse the mayor of attempting to avoid scrutiny rather than engaging directly with the communities. Now, there are several commissioners who are pushing back, and one commissioner that is pushing back will be here on February 21st, right here on the Edge podcast. Several commissioners have spoken out, emphasizing the importance of enforcing Deltona's travel policies. Commissioner Dory urged the city to take a stand against violations, warning that failures act sets a dangerous precedent. Others have enroad calls for greater oversight, clear communication, and full disclosure of expenditure. Now, here's the thing. The political fallout has already led to a failed vote of no confidence, which required a supermajority to prove intent. But here's the thing. You have commissioners that want to hold this mayor accountable, but then you have other commissioners that will just let him get away with murder. However, the issue remains unsolved, with formal hearings scheduled to determine whether the mayor knowingly violated city policy. But what's next for Deltona? The squash of judicial hearings set for February 17th is expected to draw significant public attention. Residents are preparing to demand answers, accountability, and a commitment to transparency from their elected officials. Whether the mayor responds to public comment channels or continues to restrict them, the community appears to be determined to keep pressing for change. For now, Deltona finds itself at a crossroads, a city grappling with political turbulence, and a mayor under fire, and a community unwilling to be silent. And that, my friend, is an issue when you have a mayor silencing the people that put him in office. That is a problem, and it should be corrected. And here we go on to the next one. If you have not seen the tab on our website for the Massa family, you can do so. It's a tab dedicated especially to the family for all information you need for them. Now, each year, Edgewater Gazette releases or publishes a full progress report to give community a transparent look at how far we've come. You can check that out on our Facebook page. And also make sure you look at how lifeguards executed a rapid Christmas Day rescue after family of swimmers pulled 130 yards offshore by a rip current. Brian shared that. It was very interesting. Also, Volusia County is grappling with slow emergency response times, raises concerns across Volusia County. You know, if we have slow response times, that means you're putting people's lives in danger, and that's not good. After the break, we'll wrap it up with information how you can support the Mazda family. We thank you for joining the Edge podcast. We'll be back after this 5-minute break. Welcome back to the Edge Podcast. My name is Kerry Lewis, the founder of Edgewater Gazette. On to our next topic. As we wrap up our morning show, please be reminded that we're going to have several guests on the show come January. On January 17th will be our first live in-person podcast with Mayor Diesel Depew. Also on the 24th of February, January 17th will be with Mayor Diesel Depew. January 24th, we'll have Heather Bondi, who is a advocate for family court. On February 6th, we will have the founder of Dream Green Volusia, who can tell us more about the environmental challenges we're facing. And then on February 21st, we'll have Dory Hawthorne, who is the commissioner of Deltona. And then on March 7th, we will have a special show with a lady who is just adorable. And we look forward to speaking to her about the healing of the body and much more. Down to our weather as we kick off the day in our last thing here. Today's weather, you can see at the bottom, today's conditions, Edgewater, Florida, based on the latest data, morning, patchy fog early, gradually clearing afternoon, mostly sunny, with high around 76. Evening, mostly clear, mild with temps dipping into the upper 50s. Winds light, generally 4 to 6 miles per hour through the day. Humidity is going to be high early, near 100%. Boy, we're going to be sweating our butts off. But easing as the sun comes out. Air quality, good. Advisories, fog, and rip currents statements in effect. Use caution near waterways if you're going to the water. That is your weather and the last updates on the Mazza family. You can go to our website and find a direct tab called the Mazza family regarding the house fire that took place on December 25th, 2025. We will update in real time. Again, if you want to support the family financially, you can use Zelle, Zelle, and that will be with Jessica Mazza, 386-315-4187. Again, that's 386-315-4187. And ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and we will see you soon.